Hello, I want to welcome you to tonight's virtual college exploration for Indiana students. Just delighted that you're taking out some time in your busy schedules, middle of the school week. That's not an easy time to do something like this. We have a great lineup of panelists for you today, and I'm going to turn it over to them in just a moment. Just a couple of quick housekeeping items in terms of asking questions, which we would very much encourage. It's why all these fine folks from admissions offices are here spending their time with you. Use that Q&A button. You'll see the chat function is disabled, so we want you to type any questions that you have as you go through in the chat box or in the Q&A section, and the panelists will answer those questions as they can. You have entered this webinar with your camera and your microphone off, so the panelists can't see or hear you. They can respond in the Q&A. This is the first week of 3 weeks of the virtual college exploration event for Indiana students. So we would encourage you to check out the schedule on the website, inacac.org. You can see it on your screen, and see what other sessions you might like to participate in. There will also be recordings of all of the sessions, and I think it's something like 160 or something, big numbers. So go through those and see what you might want to be able to look at after the fact. With that, I am going to turn this over to our panelists.
Excellent, great, thank you very much. And I'm going to get going with our presentation here. So I'm Andrew Lowy. I'm the Associate Director of Admissions at Webster University, joined by two wonderful colleagues, Susan Lutz from St. Louis University and Austin Culberson from University of Missouri, St. Louis. We're going to walk you through our individual institutions to tell you a little bit about our programs, and then after that, we're going to talk about some of the attractions around St. Louis and kind of what it's like to be a college student in St. Louis, and kind of give you a sense of that. So, but the goal here really is to give you an idea of our three institutions and what it's like to go to college in St. Louis. So, having said all that, Austin from University of Missouri, St. Louis is going to be the first one to walk through his presentation.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Austin, and I'm an admission representative here at the University of Missouri, St. Louis. So hopefully you guys already know a little bit about us, but if not, don't worry. That's what you're about to learn all about. So just some facts here on UMSL. So we're part of the University of Missouri system. So that's us, Mizzou, UMKC, and the Missouri Science and Technology. We're founded in 1963, which for university standards, super young. We've grown a lot, done a lot of really cool things in a short amount of time. We are the largest public university here in St. Louis, third largest here in Missouri, right at 16,000 students. So you get your nice 470-acre state school campus, all those fun big school things. But at the end of the day, we're not so big that it's overwhelming. You really get a nice balance of everything. A little bit on the students that come here to UMSL. Average incoming ACT, a little above a 24. And then solid GPAs for both our incoming freshmen and our transfer students. One of my favorite things about UMSL is we get students from all over. So I have students from all 50 states and 78 different countries. So you really get a chance to meet a lot of cool people while you're here at UMSL and have some really cool opportunities. Here's some of the programs we're really, really proud of. For criminology, criminal justice, hard to do much better than us here at UMSL. Have undergrad, graduate, and doctoral level CCJ. College of Business is outstanding. In the top 2% of all business schools internationally based on our program accreditation level. And the College of Business just got a brand new building as well. So really cool stuff going on there. And then UMSL is also a great choice for nursing and education. Have some solid programs there. And we actually certify the most teachers in the state of Missouri. So that's kind of your cool facts, even though you're probably watching this from Indiana. And then we have a really unique engineering program. It's joint with Washington University here in town. Students will come here for the pre-engineering part of the program. So that's like your calc, all those science prerequisites. Then you get to go to WashU for the upper level part of the program while still paying the UMSL price. So you have all the benefits of being a student at both school. Just you save a bunch of money over the cost of the program. One really cool thing about UMSL is our honors program. So like we're that larger public state school. Honors gives you that smaller liberal arts style college experience within that bigger state school setting. So it doesn't add any time to your degree program, doesn't add any cost. but it does open you up to a lot of opportunities, both inside the classroom and out of it. And the best part is there's honor scholarships too. So those range anywhere from $500 to $3,000, and they're just kind of based on your honors interview, but those are stackable on top of all other scholarships that you get here at UMSL. And then have a ton of great offices here on campus to make sure that you are well supported throughout your time here. So if you need help with anything, these offices are here for you, and they're all free for students. So all you have to do is just go to those offices, get help with whatever you're needing help with, and then you're good to go there. And then hopefully you guys want to live on campus. It'd be a pretty tough commute from where you're at currently. Most of our new freshmen start in Oak Hall. It's a really nice building. It's kind of shaped like a horseshoe, and then the inside is suite style. So instead of having your roommates spend your entire life together, have your own separate bedroom inside. So everything's fully furnished. You just get to decorate it, arrange it however you want. In the backyard, there's a nice in-ground heated pool, got a sand volleyball court out front, and then there's all sorts of fun stuff inside. After Oak Hall, a lot of students will move to one of the on-campus apartment complexes. Got Mansion Hill and Meadows. There's all sorts of configuration options available there. Got 1, 2, 4 bedroom, furnished, unfurnished. It's kind of up to you what you're looking for there. Mansion has a pool, hot tub, and another sand volleyball court. Then Meadows has all those same things too. We also don't have a live on campus requirement. So that's something you're like, oh man, I really want to go to college in St. Louis, but I don't want to live on campus. We won't hold you back there, but we do encourage it just because it's a lot of fun and it's probably the most convenient thing you'll ever have. And then in terms of fun stuff on campus, got all sorts of cool stuff. So got fraternity, sorority life, faith-based, service-based, pretty much any type of club you're looking for, we've got you covered. Over 120 different options there. And it's really easy to get connected. Bunch of stuff going on to start every fall semester. So it's really easy to find your people and really get going here at UMSL. And then highlighting some of the bigger fun things, just got an amazing new rec and wellness center. It's awesome. It's got a 3-story rock wall, huge pool, zip line into the pool, all your important like rec center things. And then pretty much everything in the rec is free. So you just swipe your student ID, go inside, do whatever fun stuff you're looking to do for that day, then head home whenever you feel like it. Two Hill Performing Arts Center is the performing arts center here on campus. It's awesome. Pretty much everything in there is marble and chrome. That houses all of UMSL's student music programs, as well as bring a lot of big names to campus throughout the school year too. So for all those student shows, those are free. You can just show your student ID. You can watch as many of those as you want. And then for all those big names, you get student discount tickets. So pretty good deal there. And then on the athletic side of things, we're Division II, but we're in one of the top D2 conferences. We're one of the top schools in the conference. So all of those home events are free for UMSL students as well. Men's basketball qualified for the NCAA tournament this year. Softball has gone to 5 out of the last 7 NCAA World Series. And volleyball also qualified for the national championship tournament as well. So got some awesome stuff going on in athletics, and all of those home events are free for you guys. We do a great job getting students prepped for life after UMSL too. 94% of our students have a job or have started grad school within 6 months of graduation. That's awesome. We want you guys to help keep that number up. And all those offices I showed earlier play a factor in that, and then make sure that you're ready to go for life after UMSL. So now you're thinking, man, this place is awesome. I really want to come here. A little bit on those admission requirements. So we're looking for a 24 ACT and then these 17 high school credit units. If you don't have quite that ACT score, anywhere from 17 to 23, we'll check out that class rank, your GPA, because we know there's a lot of awesome students out there who don't always have the finest test scores. We're just looking for students who are going to be successful here at the university. In addition to that, we also have a test optional policy. You can check out more on this on the website. But basically, we're looking for a 3.0 GPA or higher. And then if you have that, just submit that letters of recommendation from your counselor. We'll get you taken care of there. We're also a very large transfer institution. So if you're looking to start at your local community college, then transfer here, no problem. We get a ton of students that way. So we're just looking for a 2.3 GPA and then 24 more transferable credit hours, and you're good to go there. If you've taken a bunch of dual credit, that still makes you a first-time college student. But then if you do start at the community college, then you become a transfer student there. So if you have any questions on that, just let us know. We'll get you taken care of. If you're looking to apply, you can just head to umsl.edu, fill out that application, good to go there. If you come on a campus tour, you don't have to worry about the application fee. And then we're also on the common application. So however you want to apply to UMSL, you're good to go there. And then everyone's favorite slide, the cost of attendance. So if you're out of state, looking at a little bit more than the old in-state tuition, but the good news is we have all sorts of scholarship programs help get that cost down. So you can kind of check out these numbers here, and then you'll see everything in greater detail on the website too. But then those scholarships. So for these, you'll just want to look at the chancellor's, university, and academic. Those are open for non-Missouri residents. Those stats are there. Every scholarship here at UMSL is stackable. So if you get one of these starting out, and then you get something from the Honors College, anything you're getting from the FAFSA, just any other departmental scholarship you get too, that all adds up and can really help keep that cost of attendance low. Such as something to keep in mind is those stackability and renewability. So all the scholarships here are for all 4 years. So as long as you keep up your end of the deal academically, once you start here at UMSL, you're good to go until the end. And then here you can see some of those transfer scholarships. So kind of up to you just to determine the best path there. And then here's those out-of-state scholarships. So just kind of depending on where that test score, ACT, everything ends up at, have a lot of great things that can help get you here to UMSL for as little cost to you as possible. So if you have any questions on that, just let us know and we'll help you figure everything out. And then here's our amazing admissions team. So you can see everybody who kind of corresponds with your area. All of this is on the website too. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to just ask away. And then you can see everything here on our social medias. Check out all the cool stuff we're up to there. So.
Cool. Thanks, Austin. Susan with Webster University is going to give us her overview next.
Great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you again for attending. So my name is Susan Lutz. I'm our Assistant Director of Local Recruitment. So I lead our local St. Louis recruitment effort. We do have a representative that will service you. His name is Richard Brown. So you can reach out to him with additional questions. SLU is the oldest university west of the Mississippi, founded in 1818. We're also the first medical school, law school, and business school found west of the Mississippi. We have 2 campuses. We have a campus in St. Louis, and we also have our campus in Madrid, Spain. We are a Catholic Jesuit institution, meaning that we're rooted in social justice and service. We have just over 8,000 undergraduate students and right at 12,500 students total. That would include all of our graduate and PhD students, as well as our law school and our medical school. I mentioned the Jesuit education. It's really the heart of who we are. We're the second oldest Jesuit university in the U.S., and we are one of 27 Jesuit universities in the U.S. And the connection for all of us is the education of the whole person. So it has that Catholic affiliation, and we take that a little deeper when we look at educating you socially, emotionally, academically, spiritually. We do a lot of service. Service is a really large piece of the Jesuit education. And you can see last year our students performed just under 2 million hours of community service. And service is not required at SLU. It's students that attend SLU have an interest and a desire to serve. And the principle of the Jesuit education is developing men and women to serve alongside other men and women. Couple quick facts for you. Average freshman incoming GPA is a 3.91. So we are attracting that higher academic profiled student. We have over 150 student organizations. We are NCAA Division I with 18 Division I athletic programs. So we have that larger school feel, but we still pride ourselves in that smaller classroom experience. Average class size is 26, and then student to professor ratio is 9:1. So you will have some classes that are larger, your entry-level courses with 150 or 100 students, but as we start getting more lab and major specific, we're gonna start getting into those smaller classes. We have just under 90 undergraduate degrees to choose from. All of our programs are direct entry, meaning that you will start in that academic program first semester of your freshman year. To highlight a couple popular programs, our healthcare and health science areas are very popular. We have a 6-year direct entry doctorate in physical therapy, a 5-year direct entry master's in occupational therapy, a BSN, a direct entry bachelor's of science in nursing. We have a direct entry flight science and aeronautics program. We have a 5-year direct entry athletic training. Our business school is also popular, as well as our College of Engineering. Our campus is located in Midtown, and we'll talk a little more about that later on. But this kind of gives you a campus of the center or heart of campus. The main road that splits our north campus is Grand Avenue or Grand Boulevard, and you can see our students are walking across that main road to connect to the other side of campus. We have a north campus and a south campus, and together we're just over 250 acres. They are a mile apart from each other. They are connected via shuttle. There are residence halls, and our residence halls and dining are all on the north campus. Our south campus is our medical district. So it has the medical school, the nursing program, the nursing school, the children's hospital, St. Louis University Hospital, which is a level 1 trauma hospital in St. Louis. It also has our doctor's facilities as well as our flu and vaccine research center. I mentioned that we're in Midtown, which is the art districts of St. Louis. So the Fox Theater is located there, as well as a variety of art museums and venues. IKEA is right at the edge of our campus, and then a new area that's opening called the City Foundry, which is kind of a cool outdoor, indoor combo space with movie theater, restaurants, just unique spaces. Our home away from home is Madrid, Spain. 60% of our students study abroad. Long-term goal is to have about 80%. All of our academic programs have the opportunity to study abroad. So no matter what you're studying, it's not limited. We also have a partnership with 50 other universities worldwide, which allow for transcripts, your classes to transfer, as well as your scholarships. So studying abroad is a large piece of SLU's population. We have a variety of opportunities for you to be involved as a student. We have fraternities and sorority life. We have service opportunities and student government. We have club sports, which are a little more competitive. We have our varsity level sports, which are Division I programs, and we have our club sport programs, which do have tryouts, but are not scholarshiped. And then we have our intramural programs. We have service, and I mentioned that we have student government. We have fine arts programs. We have, radio and TV options. So there's all different kinds of ways to be involved at SLU. The COVID is a reality, and so we just want to acknowledge our response to how we're managing that. We are offering a hybrid opportunity so that students have the option to take 100% online coursework if they would like to or feel they need to. We are offering in-person courses as well, and all of our in-person courses are also taught virtually, so that if students need to quarantine or would like to remove themselves from the classroom setting, they can do that with no interruption to their studies. We have synchronous and asynchronous learning. And then of course our classrooms are socially distanced. I mentioned that we have a research center. SLU is one of 9 federally funded flu and vaccine research centers in the US. We are currently conducting human trials for the corona or the COVID-19 virus vaccine, and our undergraduate students are having the opportunity to be involved in that research starting right away. Ways to get involved are to become a Billiken, to start at SLU. We are on the Common Application, or you can also apply from our application online. The only piece of material that we require to complete your application is your high school transcript. We are test optional. We do not require test scores for admission for any of our programs. We also do not require testing to be considered for an academic scholarship. If you are happy with your test score, we encourage you to submit that where you could be considered for additional scholarship money with your test score. I will also encourage you to pay attention to our website if you're applying with your test score and considering to apply for physical therapy, occupational therapy, or nursing. Your test score will be used in consideration for acceptance to those programs if you choose to submit it. In addition, additional documents to enhance your application would be letters of recommendation, a resume, and then we also do admission interviews where you would interview with my colleague Richard, who serves the Indiana market, or one of his colleagues. And that's really a way for us to get to know you a little bit better. It adds a voice to your application that's not there with all of your other materials. So I highly encourage you to consider that. If you're an international student and have not studied in the US for all 4 years of high school, we will require an English proficiency exam for admission. Deadlines are important here. PT, OT, and nursing, as well as flight science and our medical scholars program, honors programs, our competitive presidential scholarship application, our pharmacy scholars program, and our PA program all have December 1 deadlines. And I'll talk through some of those honors and scholars programs, but it's important to know that your application must be submitted by December 1 to be considered for a seat in the physical therapy, occupational therapy, or nursing program, to be considered for flight blocks, so flight time in the flight science program. When you apply to SLU, your application serves 3 purposes. So one application for 3 pieces. Application to SLU in terms of your admission for your academic program, application for general admission to SLU, as well as application for your academic scholarships. You will automatically be considered for an academic scholarship based on your acceptance, on your admission. And our scholarships range from $8,000 to $23,000. Priority scholarship deadline is December 1st. So you'll want to apply by December 1st to be eligible for the most amount of scholarships. We also have 2 additional competitive scholarships that you could apply for, the Presidential and the Martin Luther King Scholarship. Neither of these scholarships require a test score. These programs are test blind, meaning that even if you choose to submit your ACT or SAT, we will not use those in determining selection. The Presidential Scholarship is looking at leadership. We're looking at students that have developed clubs, that are leading programs, that are creating nonprofits. We have students that have made robotic arms. So we have students that are looking at very high level leadership opportunities here. And this is a full tuition scholarship. We usually have about 1,200 to 1,300 students that apply. We'll invite about half of those to campus to interview, and then we award between 30 and 40 of those each year. The Martin Luther King Scholarship really speaks to what Martin Luther King stood for. Just a few months before he was killed, he spoke on our campus, and we honor him by submitting this, by doing this scholarship. So if you find yourself advocating for social justice and service and really feeling connected to those, I would encourage you to apply for that scholarship. I mentioned a few of our honors and scholars programs. I don't want to spend a ton of time here because we can go into more detail if you have questions, but I will highlight a couple that are popular. So the University Honors Program can be matched with any of our degree programs. So no matter what you're studying, this would be an opportunity to elevate your academic profile and your academic experience at SLU. There is a $1,200 research grant that those students are eligible for as part of the program. The Medical Scholars Program is probably one of our most well-known programs. This is an opportunity for students that are in this program to interview for SLU's med school at the end of their sophomore year. So students that are accepted into the Medical Scholars Program have a guaranteed interview for SLU Med at the end of their sophomore year. It is not an accelerated program. It is still 4-year undergraduate study, 4-year study in your at med school. An outstanding academic curriculum is really defined by the types of math and science courses that you're taking. We're looking for A's and B's in those courses and no C's on your transcript. The Law Scholars Program is a guaranteed seat in SLU's law school. You do have to maintain a program curriculum and a GPA to keep that seat. You will have to take an MCAT, but an LSAT, but there's no required score on the LSAT to keep your seat. And then our Business and Accounting Scholars programs, as long as you meet those criteria, the Business Scholars Program accelerates your business degree from 4 years to 3 years, and then accelerates your accounting. You'll receive a master's in accounting, your undergraduate and your graduate degree in 5 years so that you can sit for the CPA exam. This is a great picture to pop your cell phone out and take a great slide to pop your cell phone out and take a picture. Kind of runs through all of the dates for you. Obviously the FAFSA is open. We do not require a FAFSA to be considered for any academic scholarships. If you would like to be considered for any need-based scholarships, then we ask that you file a FAFSA. Otherwise, it's not necessary. I mentioned the December deadlines. We are rolling admission. We will begin releasing admission decisions November 1st and then release those on a weekly basis ongoing. Our physical therapy, occupational therapy, and nursing application decisions are released in early February. Our honors and scholars program decisions are released in early March. We invite you to visit campus. We are offering in-person campus tours. They do not go in buildings. We have open air tours, but we are offering opportunities on campus to visit. And we have a variety of virtual visit opportunities. All meetings with an admission counselor, faculty are doing individual meetings. You can also request to meet with a current student. All those are being done virtually. We also have an ambassador guided virtual tour where you could take a live tour virtually with an ambassador who will walk you around campus. So we invite you to visit SLU in whatever way fits your schedule and comfort. And I'll turn it over to Andrew to speak about Webster.
Great, thanks, Susan. So let me get us moved over here. All righty, so Webster University. We are located in Webster Groves, Missouri, which if you're familiar with the St. Louis area, it's a southwestern suburb of St. Louis near Kirkwood. If you're really familiar with St. Louis, on the way to Six Flags, the amusement park, but not quite as far, about 15 miles closer. Smaller university, about 2,800 full-time students. Our classes, most classes are capped at 25. We really don't have any large lecture halls. Couldn't have a large lecture hall class if we wanted to. The campus itself is fairly compact, about 50 acres. So no two spots on campus farther than a 5 or 6 minute walk away. Wide variety of academic programs, which I'll get into. I'll highlight a few of those down the road here a little bit just to give you an idea of what we're known for. But in particular, we have a wide variety of fine arts and communications majors. Those are probably our two programs that we're probably most well known for. And again, I'll highlight those a little bit later in some of the slides to give you an indication about that. And then also some wonderful study abroad programs. We have a robust study abroad options, and there's lots of things that you can take advantage of with that. So our admissions information, like St. Louis University, we are enrolling admissions. So as Susan said, we process the applications as they come in. We are also test optional as well too. Having said that, you can see the statistics for the mid 50% data there for the GPA, the ACT, and the SAT score. So our overall acceptance rate, which includes all of our programs, is about 78%. So what I would tell you is that we are a somewhat selective university. We are not highly selective, but we are not open door either. And then if you do go into any of our fine arts areas, there is a secondary process. So if you want to come in as a declared major in art, dance, music, or theater, you are admitted academically, and then you do a specific audition or portfolio review to get accepted into those individual programs. So you'll want to go to our website to see about those details. But for those 4 programs, you do not simply just declare a major. There is that secondary process that you go through in order to have specific acceptance into those programs. Campus housing, that's really our campus housing. It's not a stock photo that we dropped in there. They're very modern and comfortable. All of our housing on campus is suite style. So for every 2 rooms, there's 1 bathroom. We don't have any housing at all anywhere at Webster where it's the 1 bathroom at the end of the hall for 30 people. We just don't have that set up anywhere. In fact, when you get really, I believe it's sophomore and above, you can have your own private bedroom, but still have a shared bath. So it's really a nice setup in terms of that. We do have a policy that if you are 35 miles or farther, you do have to live on campus for the first 2 years. So yes, so for most of the Hoosiers there, you are going to be looking at probably living on campus for the first 2 years. So we also use a roommate to decide roommate assignments, a questionnaire rather. I know that's a big concern for a lot of students. This questionnaire is very thorough, and it asks all the standard questions like, are you neat, are you messy, are you a morning person? But we even ask what temperature do you like it in the room? So all of those things are considered there, and we even offer free laundry. Okay, so there is no excuse for not having your laundry done, but more importantly, that's just sort of kind of one less thing you'll have to worry about when it comes to your first 2 years at Webster. So like I mentioned, I do want to highlight a couple of our academic programs that we seem to be most well known for. So first is the Fine and Performing Arts. These are very comprehensive programs. As you can see within art, we offer all of these programs here. These are actually BFA programs. So some schools, well, they'll, you know, the sculpture programs an emphasis, or maybe you can design your own major. We offer a BFA in sculpture. We offer a BFA in printmaking, illustration, graphic design, electronic art. So again, a very comprehensive program. Probably out of all these art programs, illustration and graphic design are probably the two most popular ones. We have a complete dance program. It is a ballet-based program, but lots of work in modern and jazz and tap. They're doing aerial classes where the dancers are like on silks hanging from the ceiling and doing work that way. And that's in addition to, say, classes in dance costuming, dance history, and then of course a full choreography component as well too. The music program focuses primarily on performance, although music education is becoming more popular for us. We do have some unique programs within there. In addition to songwriting, or I should say composition, we also have songwriting if you're looking to do a little bit more modern compositions. Then we have jazz studies. We have a music technology program too, if you want to get into kind of the recording side of things as well too. So we have that available as well. And then for theater, we have a nationally recognized Conservatory of Theater Arts, acting, musical theater, directing, and then a full complement of design tech programs. So if you're looking to do anything in design tech, you should probably really check us out. The programs there are amazing, including within our design tech program, there's 100% placement rate of the graduates. So everything from students on Broadway to Disney Imagineers to people working in opera. So it's a really nice opportunity there. Our School of Communications is also very comprehensive, about 16 individual majors here. Probably the two most popular ones are animation and film, TV, and video production. Both of those programs we've had for a long time. There are some schools that, you know, recently have animation since the software is more available. Same thing with video game design. We've had these programs for a while. We've had our film program since the 80s, back when it literally was film, okay? When it was like a photographic process, and if you needed to edit your film, you had to cut it and glue it back together. That's how long we've had our film program. And so that gives us a nice base of alumni in Hollywood and other places that can really help you out there. Plus, we have a full sound recording major as well too, in addition to photography, sports communication. So again, communications is very comprehensive as well. But at the heart of all this is our liberal arts. We still have the liberal arts, all the programs that you would expect a well-rounded university to have. So in fact, this is our new science building right there, $50 million science building with state-of-the-art labs. Houses our chemistry, our biology program, our exercise science program. So we have all of those liberal arts type majors, including some unique ones in like human rights and computational biology. We have a cybersecurity program. So the liberal arts still represents the core of what we do at Webster. We find that really, really important to have that. All students, no matter what, have to take some liberal arts classes. You cannot get out of here without taking at least some core or liberal arts classes. So that's important too. That's important to know. I mentioned study abroad. This is really important to us as well too. These are our international campuses and our partner locations there. You can study abroad as early as second semester your freshman year. We make it easy for you to study abroad in terms of the transferring of credits. Your scholarships and financial aid travel with you. You keep your financial aid, you keep your scholarships, you pay in dollars. So again, we make the process really easy. We want to really encourage you to study abroad and have you do that. And if that wasn't enough, we do provide free airfare for you to study abroad as well. So that's something that you don't have to worry about either. And then our student life, 80 clubs and organization, Division III athletics, lots of plays, concerts, and lectures, a lot of that going on. Here's our list of recent speakers. I guess Bill Nye, the science guys, making the round because I saw UMSL had them there as well too. We were supposed to have Kenan Thompson too in April from SNL, but COVID kind of wiped that out. And so we're hoping to have him back. But anyway, this really is our mascot there. He's a Gorlock. If you want to kind of see what he is, I know that's not the greatest picture of him. He looks like a big Cheeto, but there's a little more to him than that. But he's a very unique mascot if you want to kind of look him up and see what's going on there with the Gorlock. Very unique dude. And then financial aid and scholarships. that gives you an outline of what we charge there. We do not charge out-of-state tuition. We do have some talent scholarships for these three areas as well. And then we also have a very robust academic scholarship program from $12,000 to $18,000, plus leadership scholarship, plus a full tuition chancellor's scholarship. So those are all available to you if you want to pursue those. And then to wrap up here, just some highlights of what some of our graduates are doing. That's Matt Allen with Garth Brooks. He's a recording engineer in Nashville. This is Kimberly Stewart. That's Matt Damon, who you might recognize. She's an executive producer, has her own film executive production company. That really is Leah holding the Oscar from Frozen. She is a supervisor at Walt Disney Animation. We have Norbert Leo Butz, who's a Tony Award winning actor. Alex is the director of The Late Show with Seth Meyers. So again, some nice highlights from those programs, and then a couple more there as well too. So some really nice examples of what our graduates are doing. And then to wrap up here, this just gives you an idea. I think all of us would tell you, and most college reps and high school counselors would tell you, that one of the biggest considerations you should have is fit. And so I just throw this out here because this is who we are. If you're looking at, okay, am I going to fit here? What kind of students go to Webster? These are the kinds of students that go to Webster. So I'm not going to read these. You can all see those. That really just gives you an idea of the kind of students that really kind of thrive here at Webster. And then lastly, here are your next steps. We can do our own application, Common App or Coalition App. But word of mouth is probably the single most important thing in all of this process. So talk to your friends and neighbors who are familiar with Webster. That'll really help you there, learn about those opportunities and what if it might be a right fit. So schedule an individual visit. We are doing both virtual visits and on-campus visits. So take a look at that and see what you want to take advantage of, including our preview days. And then last, certainly but not least, contact us with any time for questions. That's why we're here. The job of any admissions office is to help you enroll at their school. So take advantage of that. That's why we're here there. That's why we exist. So anyway, that's a nice kind of wrap up. And of the three schools, we have about 10 minutes left. And we promised you we were going to give you a little bit of a taste of kind of what college life is like in St. Louis and what it's like to be a college student in St. Louis. So we're just going to walk through these and kind of comment just to give you an idea. You guys are probably familiar with these. That's of course the St. Louis Arch. This is Forest Park, which is our main park here in St. Louis. But it's a really lots of opportunities there. Most of the stuff in Forest Park is free, but those are the two really main attractions there. And then our sports, Susan or Austin. I don't know which of you is a bigger Cardinal fan or Blues fan. Anybody want to jump in there and talk a little bit about those experiences?
Go right ahead, Austin.
I might have to be like an equally big on each of those. But in case you could find people from Indiana are unaware, we have some pretty good baseball and hockey teams here in St. Louis. We're also about to get a brand new soccer team. So got some great stuff going on in St. Louis. One cool thing is all of our schools will have like insert our school name here night at like the Cardinals and Blues games. So you get a really fun night out with like all of your friends. You get a nice little hat or t-shirt with like an UMSL logo or SLU or WashU, or not WashU, Webster logo. And then like their respective logo on there. So sports are your thing. St. Louis has got some cool stuff going on there.
And outdoor stuff. Anybody? I'm not the hugest of outdoor people. Anybody want to? That slide right there. This slide right here is Forest Park because we were talking about that.
Yeah, so Forest Park is actually the largest public park in the country. It's actually double the size of Central Park in New York. And as Andrew mentioned, there's a lot of things there that are free. The Muni is our outdoor theater. The Science Center is free. The St. Louis Zoo is free. There's a golf course there with the 18-hole course and a 9-hole executive course. All of that is relatively close to all of our campuses. So since SLU is located in the city, we have Metrolink. Our students get Metrolink passes to travel there. But this is located in a very central location within the city of St. Louis. And then we have a variety of hiking paths and biking paths. The Katy Trail actually rides all the way across the state of Missouri. So you could bike all the way through the Katy Trail. And we have a variety of lakes and rivers right near us for kayaking and fishing and boating. And there's a variety, of course, of running programs in St. Louis. So it's a very active community.
And here's some other attractions. Six Flags, which I mentioned, is our amusement park. This is I think an Indy style race track that's actually on the Metro East side. They actually hold some major auto race events there, NASCAR events too, I believe. Or I think it's more NASCAR than IndyCar.
You get
events.
NASCAR, IndyCar, and
all of them?
racing. All three.
It's all three.
Gateway's got it all.
You've been there a time or two, it sounds like, huh?
Perhaps.
I guess, the thing worth pointing out here is, so this is right here. This is something called the City Museum. And it's just, there's no good way to describe it other than it's just highly unique. Just all of this like leftover, like industrial products have been repurposed. And this guy just went up and bought all this stuff that most people thought could be thrown away. And he's turned it into this amazing museum. And you just have to experience it. It's kind of turned into like a must-see stop when you're in St. Louis. All right, who wants to talk about food? Anybody who wants to jump on that? Because no talk about a city is complete without food.
I'll just say, if you like barbecue or ice cream, St. Louis has definitely got multiple excellent options for you. And that would probably be the extent of my talk without me just going on for hours.
St. Louis is definitely a foodie city. And if you can look on Yelp, you can see all the different food options. But there's a couple popular ones on there. Pappy's, which just happens to be right on our campus. I should just
say that's right, like right in your back. You can walk there, can't you?
Right on our campus. But they have a line out the door for hours on end all day long. Ted Drew's is very popular, and you'll see people in line at midnight to get Ted Drew's. And there's a variety of other places, but there's so much. There's different pockets around the city. Of course, there's the Hill, which is the Italian area of St. Louis, and it's just south on the South City side. And then the Loop is pictured there, which is kind of a metropolitan, kind of quirky, unique area that has a variety of eating areas. And then there's also the Central West End, which is just off of Forest Park, which is a little more of an upscale retail and dining area as well.
Yeah, if you're a college student in St. Louis, you will experience St. Louis barbecue, and you'll get some argument from the folks in Kansas City and Memphis and maybe North Carolina, but we think our barbecue is pretty good, and there's plenty of opportunities to do that. And there is a pretty good arts and jazz scene too that Susan mentioned near St. Louis. You kind of have the Grand Arts Center District, which some great opportunities there, but yeah, there is plenty of that to take advantage of there. So, and Susan, you guys can walk to Pappy's, can't you, or close to it? Is it that?
It's right on our campus. Yeah.
So it's so not fair. But yeah, Pappy's is pretty darn good. You're going to have to experience that. And then our last slide here. This is just gives you an idea. One thing about St. Louis with the transportation, it's a very manageable city. I mean, some of you watch this maybe from Indianapolis, very similar in terms of getting around. There's no two spots around that are farther than probably 20-25 minutes away. There is the Metrolink train that services the area as well too. And you guys, I think SLU and UMSL are both have Metrolink stops or close?
We have 2 stops, and you get a free Metro pass as well as an UMSL student.
So, yeah, you have like North Handley and South Handley or something, don't you? Or
we have our 2. They're both like UMSL North and UMSL South.
Oh, there you go.
Handley one is right next to us. Like if you're Metro or taking interstate, UMSL is right off all of the above. So
yeah.
Yeah.
And Susan, you guys have a Metro stop there, is that right?
We have a stop that's right in between our North and South campus.
Oh, right, off of Grand, yeah.
Right off of Grand. And then all of our students that live on campus also receive a free Metrolink pass.
Yep, same with Webster. If you get a Metrolink pass, so you can use for free all of the not only the Metrolink but the buses too.
Right.
It gives you access to the bus system. So again, it's pretty easy to get around. And Austin, since you did this slide, what's going on with the Lambo? What do you
So the Lambo is hopefully what all of you guys watching this drive currently. If not, after attending one of our schools, that'll set you up for that Lambo track. But the nice thing is, especially if you're coming from Indiana, I-70 will basically lead you directly to all of our schools. Or if you do feel like it, you can fly straight into Lambert. You can ride the Metrolink back to any of our schools. Like St. Louis is a super easy to get around in city for being as large as it is. So that's a nice thing, is once you're here, you can drive, ride your bike, ride the Metro, do whatever you want. And it's pretty easy to get around. So.
Yeah. And by the way, if you are rolling around in a Lambo, we're going to make a note that you do not need financial aid. Okay. So anyway, if you show up with that on campus, we're gonna have to make a note of that. So anyway, but here's probably the main attraction, right? So we wanted to leave you with all of our contact information. Please get a hold of it. That's why we're here. We want to help you through this process. So let us know if there's any way that we can help you as we go through here. So got about a minute left, maybe. Susan, Austin, any final words as we wrap up here?
Yeah, I just want to thank everyone for being with us and watching the recording. St. Louis is a really cool place. It's very much of a community setting, and there's a lot of Fortune 500 opportunities here, and a lot of different internship and job opportunities. And it's kind of like the central hub of the Midwest. So we hope that you'll come visit us.
Yep, definitely come visit. I don't want to say it's impossible, but you might even be able to set up all 3 campus tours on one day. So definitely come check us out and see what all we have to offer in person.
Excellent. All right, I think we're pretty much right at 5:45. So I think we're going to sign off here. There's the Indiana ACAC facilitator.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much. It is wonderful to hear from St. Louis folks about St. Louis. We're all now hungry, so thank you for that. Always good. For participants, and when you close out this window, you are going to get a real quick 4-question survey. We would really appreciate your input on that to help us continue to improve the quality of what we're doing. As I mentioned at the outset, this is the first of 3 weeks of sessions, and so we would encourage you to get on the website at inacac.org and see what other sessions might be of interest to you. And if you got time conflicts or homework conflicts or all the things that you are all juggling, know that there will be recordings of all of the sessions up ready in about a week's time. So thank you to the panelists, and thank you for those of you who are watching this.
Thank you.
Bye. Have a good evening, everybody.
Bye, everyone.